All right, I'm up with Desktop Metal. Desktop Metal is leading the second wave of additive manufacturing, otherwise known as 3D printing. Before you turn me off altogether, the industry is moving from just prototyping capabilities to mass production, and Desktop Metal's high-end systems can print metal parts at a rate of 100 times faster than conventional systems. This technology could actually fill the hopes of the 3D printing that were dashed in the first wave of this excitement of this industry. They reported their first earnings report as a public company this morning, and I didn't get to check their results. The addressable market is expected to grow at 25% compound annual growth rate to reach 146 billion by 2030. This technology could be developed for thousands of different kinds of materials, and it has strategic investments from BMW and Ford and 120 patents. Do either guys have insights on this company?
So I just looked up real quick. Fourth quarter revenue more than tripled from the third quarter up to $8.4 million. So we're still talking about a relatively small company. The main thing I'd say here is that so often you have situations where the second generation of companies in a hot trend end up being the big winners, even when the first generation isn't. And so I'll be curious to see what lessons Desktop Metal learned from the successes and failures of the 3D companies before it. And it's a promising area, and the idea is just as valid as it was to kind of revolutionize manufacturing. I wish them the best of luck. I think it's a good business model.
Well, I'd have to say, as an investor who got burned by 3D systems myself, I'm skeptical. I don't want to say it's the least likely of his pipe investments you'll find in my portfolio, but it's close. I think there's a ton of execution risk to get it right. At this point in the 3D printing industry. And like I say, it's not really my favorite company, and someone else can have the last word and get hit by the disco sound.
All right. I like the model. They sell a $2 million system. They could generate about $450,000 of consumables each year, which means a customer could generate 6.5 million in revenue and 3.8 million in gross profit over a 10-year life. It's nice in theory. To your guys' point, I think the execution risk is really where this company's at, but they have existing products on the commercial market that are selling. Dan, you looked up the earnings this morning. So I did based on taking Q4's revenue, multiplying it by 4 to get an annual run rate. They're about 148 times price to sales right now. So it's kind of pricey.